Gonzaga, we'll have an opening statement from Coach Few. Followed by that, we'll have questions for the student athletes. After the questions for the student athletes, we'll dismiss them and have questions for Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
It was a great basketball game, man. It took everything we had to kind of hold them off. I thought San Francisco was great tonight. They shot it really well from a bunch of different spots and really got after us, especially early on the defensive end. But these guys settled in, had another really, really good second half against them. And then obviously these two really, really delivered when we needed them to.
Okay, questions for the student athletes.
Yeah, Graham, you had, I think, 4 baskets on 4 straight possessions to start the second half. Was that just a case of knowing you guys had 20 minutes and you had to kind of do whatever it took to win that game?
Yeah, we just like to set the tone in the second half with the first 4 minutes, and that just is how we set the tone in this game.
Next question. Go ahead and raise your hand and we'll get you the mic.
All right, we're out of here.
Going once, going twice. Okay, in the back.
KB, for you, kind of seemed like there in the first half when, things were getting bleak, you guys were able to come up with a big shot, and then in the second half you hit those 2 big threes. I guess overall, just what was your kind of take on today's game, and how big were those shots when your team needed them most?
I don't really say too much about my scoring. I think we picked it up defensively in the second half. A lot of players made a lot of big plays, and they stepped up big time, and I couldn't thank my teammates more enough for stepping up and being ready for the challenge. And we just got to have a quick turnaround and get ready for St. Mary's tomorrow.
Up here up front.
Graham, obviously you guys in St. Mary's seem to play about every other week. They've kind of had your number a little bit lately, but what do you need to do to win the third one, the most important one maybe?
Yeah, we got to play great defense, be methodical and be intentional on offense, and then really just have great one-shot defense, and we got to keep them off the offensive boards.
How nice would it be to win that one after the previous 2?
That'd be beautiful. We need that.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Again in the back, or right here. Go ahead, Jim.
KB, what do you think it's going to take against St. Mary's? What have they got you on that you need to turn around?
Just a team effort, really on the boards. They do a great job of crashing offensive rebounds, slowing the game down. I think offensively, I think everybody knows the Zags can, put up scoring against the best of them, but it's just going to come down to defense and offensive rebounding, and defensive rebounding. And I'm excited about the matchup. We've been looking forward to this, so now it's just time to get the job done.
Graham, they cut it to 1 there with about 8 minutes left, and you responded with an and one. The crowd went crazy. I guess right in that timeout, did you kind of say that you wanted the ball, or how did that play kind of happen, and how did that work out?
It was just within the flow of the offense. We knew they kind of got close. We just had to stay resilient, keep pushing on, and just keep staying together as a team, and that's what we did.
Yeah, for Graham, also handling their double teams throughout the night. Just what did you see from their defensive coverages? How did that sort of evolve over the game? And,
yeah, we kind of prepared for it all week and really all year. It's not a double that we haven't seen. So just taking our time with it, trying to go quick if we have time, but if we don't, just making the right play. And guys were getting available. Mike had one nasty dunk, I think in the first half. That was pretty nice. He just made himself available. And kudos to my teammates for getting it to me, and I'm going to give it right back.
This is for either one of you. Kind of sounded like the kennel out there tonight. That home crowd representation. What does it mean to have your fans travel so far and show up?
It means the world. I've been a lot of places, but being around the Zag fans has been amazing. I mean, you can't even walk 2 steps in a hotel without somebody saying "Go Zags." So it's a big family atmosphere. They're all invested in us winning, and we just want to get the dub for tomorrow and get it done. I'll be holding the trophy at the end of tomorrow.
Any other questions in the room? All right, we got one question online. Matthew, go ahead if you have a question. Okay, If not, thanks, guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good job, fellas.
Okay, questions for Coach?
Mark, I don't know if you're ready to wax philosophical or historical or whatever,
Yeah.
but what you guys and St. Mary's have put together over the last 2 decades, you've made it into almost undoubtedly the best rivalry on the West Coast. We've got only 1 year of it left, assured.
Yeah.
How does that, it doesn't necessarily impact the game tomorrow night, but how does it impact your mindset of what both programs have done?
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing if you think about where we both started from. I mean, this is my maybe 30, I don't know what it is, 35th or 36th or something year going at it. And just from where their program came when I first got in as an assistant, and then actually when Randy took over. He's just done an amazing job of, they got a good culture, or they got a great culture, and, they know who they are, and, they play to that. I always say they're very purposeful and very good at what they do, which is very different than how we play, and we're really good at what we do. So I think the interesting thing is you've had 2 head coaches that have stayed a really, really long time, and, their staffs have stayed, relatively intact, or they've hired former players and things like that. So I think that's the other thing that makes it really, really special. And I think both teams have always done it the right way. And so it's been great. We the last couple games have went their way, but again, they were hard fought and almost down to the last possession in most cases. But like the guy said, I mean, we've got to be able to address how aggressive they are on the glass. We got to keep them off the glass. And, keep finding ways to score against that stingy defense and see if we can create some turnovers and get out and run. That's when we've had the most success against them.
Mark, tomorrow will be the 28th straight year you guys have played in the WCC tournament
Yeah.
final. You've talked a lot about how much the conference has grown over the years, especially this year.
Yep.
Can you just kind of put into perspective being there again and what it means to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's some of these streaks are crazy. This streak, I don't know how many times we beat San Francisco. It's nuts, man. San Francisco is really, really good. I mean, that's a NCAA tournament caliber team there. I mean, they got great size. They got incredible guard play. Beasley's just been heroic these last 2 nights coming back from his ankle. And, Thomas was spectacular, and Chris does a great job. So, I mean, it's this year's been harder than ever. I mean, our league's really been enhanced by adding Oregon State and adding Washington State, and then, San Francisco stayed great. St. Mary's has stayed great. And so, I mean, to make it 28 straight years is unbelievable. I mean, it's not as unbelievable as making the tournament 27 straight times, but, it's right up there.
Any other questions for Coach? Right here up front.
Yeah, USF has kind of used a few different defensive coverages against you guys the last handful of years. What did you kind of expect them to do tonight, and how do you think your guys kind of handled the double teams down low, and they still kind of left Mike open a few times at the 3?
Yeah. I mean, listen, they've tried everything, and at this point in the season, it's not anything you haven't seen. And so I thought our guys handled it, very, very well. I thought we just missed some shots in the first half, and I thought we shot a little too quick. I thought we were a little amped up after not playing for 10 days or whatever it was, and we probably shot a little too quick. But, yeah, they do a nice job switching their defenses. And when you got a point guard like Ryan Nemhart, usually you can kind of just roll through all that, and he'll get them in the right spots and make the right decisions.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks,
All right.
Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Gonzaga locker room's open for about 20 more minutes if you want to head over there right now to get more player interviews. start with a statement from Coach, and then we'll go to questions for the student athletes.
Really proud of my team. It's been super hard for these guys the last 5 or 6 days, and what Malik and Ryan have done to, we were a tight-knit group already, but what these two guys did to just bring our group together and come here with a clear purpose makes me super proud to be their coach, as well as the other guys in our locker room. I can't say enough about that. I give Gonzaga, obviously, a boatload of credit. You know, that was a great game. 7 minutes to play. Could have went either way. They made more plays than we did down the stretch, got to the free throw line. And I think that was a separator in the game. You know, their ability to shoot 32 free throws to, you know, our 14. Hard to win. Hard to win. Graham Ike's a load down there. I thought we had a good plan. Credit to Kyle Bankhead for the work he did on a short turn. And as I said, gave ourselves a chance to win. And I'll take these two little dudes anywhere, anytime. They're warriors, and I love them. I hope we have a couple more games in us.
Okay, questions for the student athletes? Go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get you the microphone. Here up front.
Malik, it felt like you guys were in the game most of the night. What do you think happened that allowed them to kind of pull away a little bit, and you guys didn't seem to be willing to give into it?
First and foremost, I want to give glory to my Lord and Savior. You know, without him, none of this is possible. So I just think that we battled the whole time. I mean, we're, like Coach said, we're warriors, and they just drew a couple more fouls than us. They got to the free throw line. And we knew that they're a second-half team and a team full of runs. So when they made those fouls drawn and made those and ones, we just tried to stay together as a team and just to respond back. And, you know, proud of my team and proud of the coaching staff for just sticking with it. And, you know, it could have went either way, like Coach said, and they just had a couple more free throws than us. That, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ryan, you had such a terrific game last night. You had a great start tonight. It appeared then that they put a lot of attention on you and made it more difficult. Can you describe sort of what it was like, how they were defending you?
Yeah, I think they came up higher in the middle ball screens. I think they started to switch a little bit. So I just tried to play within my teammates. I didn't try to do too much. But, yeah, they for sure switched it up. But I thought we played hard to the very end, and I'm just proud of my guys for that. But we still got some more basketball in us.
Ryan, I think the shirt you're wearing right now is kind of emblematic of the things and experiences you've gone through the last week. Where have you continued to find the drive to continue to be the guy for USF, not only now but in the future?
Yeah, I mean, like the shirt says, nothing's easy. We're playing the game we love. This is basketball. I mean, we can be going through a lot of harder things than just life in general. So we take pride in putting the USF jersey on, just playing as hard as we can every time we step on the floor, and we take pride in that as being Dons. So, yeah.
Hey, Ryan, Rocco Miller here. I wasn't here yesterday, so I was just curious. When did you know that your ankle was good to play? And then how's it feeling now?
It's a bit sore now, but I'll get some treatment. I'll be all right. But when in warm-ups yesterday, I was like, I'm going to just give it a go and get out with my guys. And got a lot of treatment last night. Felt ready to go tonight as well. I was just super proud of the guys. Like I said before, we still got some basketball, so I'll be ready for that.
And Malik, for you, you know, you played Gonzaga just 9 days ago. A whole different type of game versus today. What do you think the biggest differences were from your lens from that night to tonight?
We just had more bite as a team. I felt like our first time playing them, we were on our heels a little bit. Gave them a little too much credit, a little too much respect. I felt like tonight we knew that we had a chance to to win the game. We went into the game super confident. You know, it's hard for a team to beat someone 3 times. So we're playing hard, playing smart, playing confidence, and you know, I just felt like today we gave a better effort. We executed the game plan very well, and we just stuck with it. You know, through ups and downs as a team, we just stuck with it for all 40, and we battled to the last buzzer.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Okay, thanks guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, questions for Coach? Right here front.
Chris, can you talk about just how much different this game was than the one you played at Chase, and why you think you responded so much better?
Yeah, I mean, I think Malik just touched on some of that. You know, I didn't think we competed the way that we need to compete last Saturday. And I said it after the game last night. You know, as we had a short turn, the only thing I was really concerned with was that we were going to come out with the same approach and battle the way that we did last night against Washington State. And I can say that we did that, you know, after the game. We weren't perfect. There were stretches in the game where we lost our way. But I thought our guys battled to the very, very end. And that's what our program and our team is going to be about going forward. We just play to the final buzzer, and whether up 20, down 20, doesn't matter. We're going to play the same way. And that's a credit to the guys and they believe. You know, we have a confident group. Every single guy in our locker room and staff came into tonight expecting to win. And so I think it kind of starts and stops there.
Yeah, Chris, hearing you say it, and it sound Malik and Ryan saying it too, sometimes when a team gets close to making the NCAA tournament and doesn't, there's the natural disappointment, and there's a sense of any other tournament doesn't mean that much to me or to our program. But hearing you, hearing Malik, hearing Ryan, fair to say you guys are pumped, even though you're obviously disappointed, you're pumped to play some more basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what a NCAA tournament team looks like, but I think we have an NCAA tournament team. And I'll stamp my name on that. So that's how we view ourselves, whether we have gotten to that point yet or not. We obviously have not. But I have a group of competitors that love putting on the University of San Francisco jersey. And part of moving our program forward is competing and continuing to play. We're not to where we need to be yet, but we're getting closer. And sometimes having the opportunity to go to compete for a championship in another tournament is a great step in the right direction for a program. And we're building a program. So I love that our guys still want to play and represent our university.
Last night you kind of touched on the depth of this team and just how there has been this next man up mentality. Talk about just like the guys tonight. I mean, you got contributions from Saba and Barry and a lot of the guys up and down the bench. I mean, you guys have been shorthanded for a lot of the season. Just kind of go into that a little bit more, just the performance you've got from everybody else on this roster.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love coaching this sport, and that's the beauty of team sport. Is you never know when your numbers are going to be called. You never know when you're going to have an opportunity to affect winning. And a credit to our team and why I love the guys in our locker room is we've been doing this literally all year. We've been a resilient group. I was thinking about this on the way to the game tonight. You know, you could go down the line of every team in the WCC, and if they lost 2 starters, what would their team look like? You know, and we did, and we continued to battle, put ourselves in a position to be super close to getting to the championship game tomorrow night. And I love my team, and I can't say that enough. I'm gonna have those guys' backs till I'm in a nursing home. I love my group, and that's why I think we're excited to continue to play, and whatever that looks like going forward.
Hey, Coach. I don't know if you've given it much thought at this point. Game just ended, but with Gonzaga leaving the league, did you feel like tonight was the night to get them, or you just move on and look forward to next year?
I mean, I'm tired of looking forward to the next time, you know. They're the one team that we haven't beaten in a long time, and I love Coach Few. Him and I have a pretty good relationship, and but yeah, our group is a little pissed that, you know, we haven't beaten them, and we're getting closer, but closer isn't good enough for me. You know, we had to break through against St. Mary's this year, which we did. I'm proud of that. And so, yeah, we'll hopefully the next time, you know, we'll break through. But they're a great team, great program. Can't say enough about what Coach Few has done, not only for Gonzaga but for the game, for the college game. So it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to compete against them. But yeah, I'm a little pissed that we haven't gotten over the hump yet.
Chris, you raved about Malik and Ryan and the ability to go to war with them, really, any step of the way. I want to kind of peel back the curtain to 2 years ago at 1 a.m. in the morning when you were next to Khalil Shabazz and Tyrell Roberts for that 2 overtime, we'll say madness against Santa Clara. How have they embraced Malik and Ryan being in the fight with you in this new chapter of USF basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I hope they would say, and the guys who have come before them would say that when you have a connected relationship with your coach and you feel like you have complete freedom to be the best version of yourself, they can perform like that. And I try to do that for our guys. I was an assistant for a long time, so I got to see what I liked and didn't like, and I never wanted to get in the way of letting my players be who they are. And I think if you look at those guys who have come before them and these guys, they're all different in terms of what their games look like, but they're competitors. They wear their hearts on their sleeves. And, again, I would take any of those guys any day of the week on any team.
And last one for me. You are a very active in-game coach. You're hard on them. You're fair on them because you want the best for them. How have you found the balance over the course of your tenure as head coach of saying, hey, we got to do this, but then have these moments right here, like in these press conferences, saying they're my guys and they're forever going to be my guys regardless of mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that goes back to the relationship. If you don't have a relationship with your guys away from basketball, it's hard to hold them accountable and coach them hard. And I think that's a credit to, and one of the strengths of myself and our staff is our ability to relate to guys away from basketball. So then when we get into the practice gym or the heat of a competition, nothing's personal, you know. It's all about winning and giving yourself the best chance to win. And I would hope that our guys appreciate that about, you know, our staff and myself.
All right, last question.
Hey, Coach, just looking back on the body of work that you did here in the league, you've gone up in wins every year as a coach in your third year now. Non-conference, you had some really good opportunities, couple fell just short. Any regrets, anything you would have done maybe differently anywhere along the way with the part that you had control over?
No, I'm not in that game. You know, the woulda, coulda, shouldas and all, no. You know, you learn a lot, obviously. I think I'm a better coach in year 3 than I was in year 1. And I'm going to continue to try to improve and push our program forward. But I think the bumps in the road, the successes, that's all part of the process of developing. And but yeah, I don't look back on anything, and I think hindsight, I'm 2020, whatever. I'm not really in that game. I'm on to the next thing, and how can we get better tomorrow? You know, when we get back to San Francisco.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.